ModelGuard is a brand new product designed to give Futaba users, what Spectrum users have enjoyed for ages, a wrong model choice protection system. One ModelGuard fitted to each of your models, whether that's helicopters, boats, planes, etc. Should you fire up the wrong model with the incorrect model on your transmitter, a long dual-tone buzzer will be sounded. If, however, the correct model is chosen, a short, two-tone bleep of reassurance will sound. Okay, so here we have the basic ModelGuard unit. It consists of a microprocessor, a buzzer here, and a small push-to-contact switch there. The whole thing is shrink-wrapped, clear, and then here we have a male Futaba lead ready for connection to your receiver. Okay, so as you can see here, if we weigh it, you can see the unit weighs up to about 5.5 grams, just under. I'm measuring it here. It measures 1 inch by around 3/4 of an inch, with a depth of about 3/8. The actual lead length is around about 3 inches to the tip. And it resembles a smaller breed of the modern gyro. So let's show you how the ModelGuard basically works. Here we've got a Futaba receiver, battery pack, and a ModelGuard. Let's plug the ModelGuard into channel 1 as if it's fixed into your model. Now if we power up the model, this happens. Okay, this is basically telling you that you've chosen the wrong model. So the first thing we need to do is press the yellow button. This then programs the ModelGuard. The signal goes straight into the microprocessor and is stored inside its memory. Now if we take the power away, if we now power up the model again, we get a double bleep telling us that this is the correct model for the correct model. That's it. So now we're going to pretend we have 3 models here. I've got 3 ModelGuards. They can be in a model just as simply as they are lying on the table. So what we're going to do is we're going to program each of these ModelGuards to receive a signal, a different signal from the transmitter, depending on which model we're using. So I'll choose model 1, which is on already. Then we'll go down to subtrim, and we'll just check that on subtrim channel 7 is on 0. So that's correct now. Okay, so now we've chosen model number 1 in our transmitter, and we've checked that subtrim is at 0. What we shall do now is power up model 1. So we'll plug the ModelGuard from model 1 into channel 7, and then power up. Immediately we get the warning sound, so let's press the storing button, the yellow button, to store the signal inside the processor. This is now programmed for model 1. Now we'll choose model 2. Now we're on model 2. Now go down to subtrim, choose channel 7, and we'll put in 10 points of subtrim. Okay, we now have model 2 chosen on our transmitter, and we've adjusted the subtrim to +10. So what we'll do now is we'll plug the second model into the receiver and power up. Same again, we get a warning, so let's store that signal just like that. Now we'll choose model 3. go down to sub-trim, channel 7, and we'll now give 20 points of sub-trim. Now we've selected a model 3 on our transmitter and adjusted the sub-trim to plus 20. So what we'll do now is we'll plug ModelGuard number 3 into the receiver and power up. Again we get the warning sound, so we'll press the yellow button to store that, and that's that. So now, having changed back to model 1 on the transmitter, you'll see that if we plug in the ModelGuard number 1, which corresponds to 1 on the transmitter, if we then power it up, we get the two-tone bleep. If, however, we were to put in model number 2 and power up, this would happen, warning us that we've powered up the wrong model. Model number 3, same thing, powered up the wrong model. The only model that will sound the bleep to say it's correct, help if I plugged it in the right way, is going to be model number 1. So what I'll do is I'll change the transmitter model to number 2. So with the model now changed to number 2, if we plug in number 2 model and power up, correct model. Power up number 1 model, wrong model. Power up number 3 model, wrong model. The only model that will work with the transmitter set to model 2 is model 2. There we go. Okay, so you can see how easily ModelGuard is set up. This is provided you have spare channels on each of the receivers in each of your models. If you don't, it's not a problem. It's just a matter of getting the ModelGuard to receive a different signal from a different channel. Obviously you'd need to use a Y lead, a Futaba Y lead, in order to use a channel that's already used for another purpose, but that's not a problem. Once ModelGuard's set up and active, it's passive, it has no effect on the channel at all. So you could use channel 1, 2, 4, 5 say, or even 6, depending on whether you've got CCPM mixing or whether you've got flybarless system. There's always a way of getting ModelGuard to get a different signal depending on which model of helicopter is in. It's all on our website, ModelGuard.com, www.modelguard.com. You can email me, have a look at the website and go from there.